What is going on, everyone? Nathan coming at you with some more National Decks monotype. I've asked you guys to vote if you wanted to see some sandless mono ground. Boy, did you guys ever. I super appreciate that. And because of that, we're going to be doing some sandless mono ground here today. I wish I had a team where I could just load it up and start playing right away. But sadly, we do not. There's no example of that in the sample teams forum. There's no other real obvious resource for me to get these sort of teams. So we're just going to build it our own. I've got a pretty clear idea of how the team works. I had a great experience with it last generation. And in fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to steal this sandless mono ground team here. And we are going to copy and paste it. And I'm not going to just use it, of course, but use this as a starting point in order to build off of. So first of all, my first thought is looking at Exegil here. It's a great mon, you know, gives you rapid spin, gives you a steel typing, which is a great dual typing to have in monotype, gives you mold breaker. So even Pokemon like Rotom and Wheezing Galar, which could give you some troubles as a mono ground team, you kind of ignore their levitate abilities with mold breaker. We're actually going to just still, even despite all those pluses, go with an Iron Treads instead. There's a couple reasons for it, but mainly this is not going to be an offensive mon that we have in mind for it. It's going to be just a utility pivot, I guess you would call it. Just a utility rapid spinner. If that's the case, I prefer the mon that's got knockoff, higher speed, and better defenses, which is describing Iron Treads perfectly. I think you have to have rapid spin, Earthquake, and Iron Head. The question is, do you want knockoff or ice spinner or stealth rock or even volt switch as a pivot, which again is really great. This Pokemon's got terrible 4 move slot syndrome. There's so many good moves you can throw in the thing. But given that we're using this and not stealth rocks, and there's going to be, we might come back and change this, of course, but there's going to be all kinds of good opportunities for other Pokemon to hold on. I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm doing them poorly. There's going to be lots of other stealth rockers on the team. So I don't think we need it on this Pokemon, in which case we're free to do an Assault Vest, which is going to help us a ton in some matchups like Mono Electric even, which isn't an auto win like you might think. It can help us out a ton. Landorus, I'm probably going to come back to you. I think we definitely want one ground flying type on the team. It's just a very, very good typing to have in the first place. But also just having a ground resist is very nice. If we could play against an enemy mono ground team, this is not the final team we're looking at right now, of course, but if a Bandit Extra came in, we would actually just lose to it. So despite being ground, we don't have a resist to ground, and we're going to need some sort of immunity. I'd love to fit a Gliscor to the team. Landorus Incarnate is actually also really, really, really good. And if we don't have enough special attackers when all is said and done, that may be hard to squeeze in. But I'll leave this for now. Probably going to revisit Landorus here. Nidoking, I think I'm going to keep. I think I'm just going to leave this unchanged. There's a couple reasons why. I think it's really good in monotype. I think Nidoking's biggest flaw in like a standardized format like overuse or underuse or whatever is it's got, if you knew as a Nidoking player exactly what your opponent's going to swap to every single time, it's fantastic. In the sense that you just click Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, boom, boom, boom. And its wall breaking prowess is so good. You're going to defeat them easily. However, in monotype, it's often very obvious what you have to click here. I'm against a grass team, I'm clicking Flamethrower. I'm against a dragon team, I'm clicking Ice. I'm against a water team, I'm clicking Thunderbolt. So when you take the indecision out of it, you just get this very versatile against all kinds of different play styles Pokemon that always has one move that you're clicking, which is very, very good, right? I think we go with Nidoking as a result here. I would really like Earth Power. I get that there's lots of Earth type attackers on the team and have no need for it. But I just feel like with Heatrans, right? You know, if you're in against a mono steel matchup, which seems easy, but if it's an air balloon Heatran, you wall this Nidoking, and the rest of the team doesn't deal with it very well as a result. Garchomp can get swapped in and out. It gets worn down really quickly. Whatever your special defense mon is, it gets worn down. So I'll keep it for now, but I definitely think I might come back to this in game 1 or 2 and be like, no, like, F this, we're going Earth Power. Garchomp, you know, I would love to use another Pokemon besides Garchomp because we used it in the last live. However, if you look at ground type Pokemon actually, and look for a Mega, you have Swampert Mega, good mon, but we're not using Rain. You have Camerupt Mega, very strong, very cool. You know, maybe if you guys want to see a third mono ground team, I would use it. But if I'm just doing a demonstration of sandless mono ground, I don't know if it's perfect because it just seems a little bit redundant with Nidoking, but much slower. So Camerupt Mega, I've never used. I love his design, but I don't know if it's really got a role in the team right now. And then Steelix Mega, you know, I didn't talk about this actually. So if you ask me what the big difference is between sandless mono ground and sand rush ground, There's two major ones. The first one is that, of course, you're using Excadrill on Sand Rush Mono Ground. It's a fantastic sweeper using Gravity. It's really just like siphoning your team towards that one win con of the Gravity Banded Excadrill going off. But also, it's going to sound really weird when I say this, but you're forced to run Hippowdon, right? Hippowdon's a great Pokemon, awesome in overuse and stuff like that. But in Monotype, it's kind of like, yes, it's a good physical wall Mon, but in the aggregate of all other things in my opponent's team, in my own team, I can do that fine. There's a million Stealth Rocker opportunities. In terms of physical walls, I've got lots of different Pokemon that can do that too. I can do Gliscor, I can do Landorus, I can do this, I can do the Steelix Mega here, I can do Swampert. There's all kinds of decent physical walls that we can do. And the Whirlwind is nice, but it doesn't leave that much. So to just get this Pokemon that is fine, which is a very redundant 6th move slot. Whereas I think we're going to probably, I'm guessing very soon in this team building process, we're going to go to a point of being like, damn it, like I don't know, like there's too many Pokemon I want to squeeze on the team. I would love to fit Zygarde on the team. I would love to fit Krookodile on the team. I would love to fit Ting-Lu, Iron Treads, Excadrill, Great Tusk, Gliscor, Ursaluna, Landorus I. There's so many Pokemon we're going to fit on the team that a Pokemon like Hippowdon, who's just a little bit redundant, is going to be really hard to squeeze on the team as a result. So if I'm saying that about Hippowdon, Steelix Mega is that kind of the nth degree. We already have a Steel Ground type. It's going to be a Rapid Spinner and offer utility that Steelix won't. So I just don't think we're going to have room for it at all. And then we also have, I think I skipped someone, right? No. Okay, that's it. So there's only 4, really. There's only 4. One is super specific. So I think we do have to use Mega Garchomp. I mean, it's a great Pokemon. It's going to put in crazy, crazy work. But still, it's a little bit redundant here. We're going to go Garchomp. Garchomp Bite. Deep Rough Skin. I think you need Swords Dance, Scale Shot, Earthquake here. And Fire Fang's great for dealing with the obligatory, you know, answers for this. Even helpful against things like Beware. But I might come back and change it. If we need a Stealth Rocker on the team, I think I want it to be Garchomp. I've had this in my mind for the longest time, but I think Garchomp, especially a Mega Garchomp with Sword Dance and Scale Shot, is a very, very underrated Stealth Rocker. We all think of it as a great Stealth Rocker, of course, but I think the amount of pressure that this thing puts on with Swords Dance, and it's just like its nuclear bomb of an Earthquake after it's Mega Evolved, always forces a swap to an appropriate counter Pokemon. So you just get Stealth Rocks completely free, I feel like, most of the time. So unless you're against a Rotom, but even then a Rotom doesn't love it when the Garchomp starts Swords Dancing on them. Stealth Rocks is kind of one of the easiest like ways to get it up and put them in a bad spot out of all the Pokemon I can think of on Mono Ground. So we're gonna go with that. Next is Seismitoad, the obligatory Water Absorb Mon. Of course, Ground has only 2 weaknesses that I know. Wait, 3. Grass we're gonna handle fine because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 neutralities to it on the team, which is awesome. Ice, we might come back to that. Ice is a really tough one to deal with. Iron Treads is gonna be a neutrality at least. We don't have any actual immunity that we can lean on here. We already have 2 4 times weak Mons. Seismitoad does help with ice for sure. But water is the big one. If you need an answer for something on your team, water is the one that you need a water absorb Pokemon. And the options are okay. You know, we go ground, we go water absorb. We have Quagsire, Clodsire. Not listed here is also Gastrodon. Gastrodon's stats leave me a little bit disappointed, a little bit underwhelmed most of the time. It's kind of in that Quagsire realm of like fine all around, but not excellent. Seismitoad's great and it puts on more offensive pressure I like, and it also is in a fantastic move pool. But this Assault Vest Seismitoad just makes you think like Clodsire can do all of that without an Assault Vest, and it has recovery, and it has Toxic Spikes. So like, you know, I love Seismitoad's my favorite Pokemon for sure, but you know, we're just gonna put in way too much work with Clodsire here. Earthquake, Poison Jab, you know, it's gonna give us a better match versus the Fairy types too, which is really nice. This team doesn't love Fairies. Nidoking and Iron Treads help, but not, you know, infinitely. We need Recover, of course. And then the question for the last move slot becomes, is it Calm that I want? No, it's not. I need, I don't even know. Careful, I always forget that one. We can go Toxic or Toxic Spikes, or Haze, or Spikes or Stealth Rock. A lot of good moves. Even Yawn isn't bad. I think I go Toxic Spikes because between Rapid Spin, this excellent Rocker that I just cast up, and now Clodsire, I think we'll have pretty good control of hazards. So all these Pokemon are kind of locked in my opinion. Landorus might change, but it's a ground flying Mon. And now the last move slot of a team is almost the easiest, but it's often the hardest, if that makes any sense, because we just got to find what the last little bit of sauce on the team is going to be. And looking at this team, we're a little bit slow because I think I would prefer this Landorus to be just a standard bulky set with HP and shit, because we have a couple of decent Spadef Mons and Clodsire and kind of Iron Treads. I would like a physical defensive Mon, because especially if we're not using Hip Out on here. But that means we're going to need speed. So Ursaluna is a fantastic wall breaker. It's not going to give us enough speed. Great Tusk can be very fast. We had his Choice Scarf thing last turn. Also gives us some more physical defensive prowess. I wouldn't mind another special attacker, to be honest, too. We really only have Nidoking. But Great Tusk we just used last game, so last live. So I think that might be the better choice, honestly, of all these options here. Also gives us a Dark Resist, which is awesome. But maybe not. We'll come back. Tinglu, I mean, I had Crocodile in here before. In terms of setting hazards, Tinglu is just the GOAT. It's a great Spadef Mon. It seems a little bit redundant with our kind of Spadef answers so far. And I think we have enough hazard control for the team as it stands without needing the spikes from Tinglu. Diggersby, you know, if I was going to run Ursaluna, I think I would actually prefer Diggersby because it has some more speed control with the banded quick attack. Also just super impressive with how strong Earthquake and Body Slam are, kind of similar to Ursaluna with Facade and Headlong Rush. Not as strong, of course, not as fearsome, but again, you get that extra speed element, which is very nice. Crocodile gives you Intimidate. I actually really like having a Sash Mon like that set was in there originally. I think it puts in a ton of work, but it's just like, might not be enough. I think there's just like, it's fine, but I don't know if that's quite enough. Rhyperior's decent. Any shocks? I'd like a special attacker with speed, so that's a good answer. It could be a pivot too. I passed it, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of leading you guys because in mind, I think we're probably gonna go with Mamoswine. Once again, it gives us speed control, like I mentioned with Diggersby with Ice Shard here. Amazing. Gives you an actual ice resist on the team because ice makes you, like, he's neutral to ice to begin with, but then Thick Fat gives you that little extra element there. It's just a great wall breaker, right? Like, I know we're all physical attackers, so it's a little bit dangerous at this point, but there's so few Pokemon that can handle this this threat as is. You go knock off our superpower for the last move. I think I do knock off because thing is with Mamoswine is you're often like, damn it, do I click Ice Crash or Earthquake? Ice Crash, Earthquake. I don't know what to do. And then knock off is just the easy mid ground, but it's always gonna put in some work. Okay, we got this. Again, I really do want a defensive Pokemon, but our team is really slow. So I'm torn. I might just be a coward and do this so we can still keep the speed element of Landorus Therian while also keeping the defensive element of it. You know, there's decently fast Pokemon at base. Iron Treads, Garchomp's okay. Nidoking is timid. It's okay. I'm a little bit on the fence. I might make you modest too, honestly. I don't know if the speed tier is that valuable in Nat Dex. What about Landorus? I could also do Glysaur, a little more dedicated lead. It really is going to decide the element of the team. Scarf makes us pretty offensive in nature. Defensive set makes us a little bit more trying to just beat you with bulky offense. Let's flip a coin. I've been doing that a lot lately. Flip a coin. Heads is Glysaur. I haven't used Glysaur in so long. Tails it is. So I think I will go leftovers here. I think I'll go leftovers. And I could do defog. Although realistically, why am I going leftovers? Because I don't need Stealth Rocks from you. We already got that. I don't need defog from you. We got a Rapid Spinner. Let's do Scarf. I still want you to be defensive. I might just take this. I can either go leftovers and give you a ton of Fizdef. I'm really torn, guys. I'm really torn. Let's flip another coin. Heads is Scarf. Okay, so that's that for us. We'll go Scarf. I'm kind of being a coward and meeting in the middle here. I'll go Hidden Power Ice. And I'll go minus Spadef, I guess. There. Okay. Interesting team. I think it's definitely going to get the job done. And let's see how we do. And here we are in our first game against Electric here. Obviously a good matchup. The biggest thing in a team like this is going to be getting Rising Voltage going with these two Pokemon. Sometimes they choose one. They've gone for two here. and breaking the ground types with Zapdos. They can't do that to all of us, of course. We're in a pretty great spot. However, Electrode Hisui is going to be scary here for sure. We're going to need our Clodsire nice and healthy to deal with that. Iron Treads will deal with it too, though. So Hey, Brox will be nice to deal with Rotom Wash, but Clodsire also walls Rotom Wash. Honestly, Clodsire walls Coco, Regieleki, Wash. Maybe Zapdos if it specs Hurricane might be able to break through, but it's tough. Not Raichu Alola, but if it's spec space, it can only break through us with one move. And then should be able to do Electrode Hisui too. So we're like Clodsire might just win this game. We're gonna lead Garchomp because I want Stealth Rocks up pretty soon. We lead incorrectly, and I'm gonna go my Clodsire here. I don't want them to U-turn on me, but oh well. Could also go Iron Shreds here. Do you think they haven't gone for Zeraora? I think Zeraora is one of the better Pokemon on Mono Electric. You do U-turn, so that's just negative tempo there. If I gotten Stealth Rocks up, we'd be in an awesome spot. Very curious to see the Rotom here. This is the Pokemon I would isolate most on my team. My win condition is beating the Rotom. I guess they realized, like, yo, Clodsire is the... If I lose this game, it's because of Clodsire. Let's just get up these... Let's just get a burn and nullify this Black Sludge as quickly as possible. Because if I'm winning this game, it's by reducing the effectiveness of Clodsire. Or, you know what? I should have been afraid of this being a trick earlier, because that would totally lose us the game single-handedly. However, it'd be so surprising if it was Scarf. If it was Trick Scarf, that would be a crazy, crazy play. I think Zapdos is probably offensive. It could be defensive to allow Rotom to do that, but I would be surprised. We have Toxic Spike, which is going to help pressure them a little bit, hopefully. Zapdos comes in. I'm going to go to Iron Treads here. With a Hurricane, probably. Also activates our... They read me with a Heat Wave, which is a crazy play. This one is kind of useful. I think you're not Specs, actually. You're just Boots. They burn me. Oh, that's really bad. I could have handled it at low health because the health isn't too important to it, but that's pretty annoying. Let's go back to Clodsire. What a weird... It just feels weirdly redundant here. This whole team is just a very oddly redundant team. Like, you don't need a Regieleki and Raichu Alola. They're just doing the same role. You just swapped out. You don't want this thing poison too, man. If I get a Poison Jab thing, that'd be great. Even Electrode Hisui is kind of redundant with Regieleki. Like, a really weird team. And they're forcing this matchup. Why? I guess they have nothing for it. Just trying to burn my recovers? So now one of your most valuable Pokemon against Mono Ground is no heavy duty boots. Rocks are up. Weird. Go for your recover. Oh, Earthquake on the call out. I want to keep up Toxic Spikes for sure. If they swap out at 49% health and poisoned and no boots, that'd be crazy, crazy by them. Mamoswine also looks really good here. Yeah, it sucks that we essentially gave away Iron Treads there, but what are you gonna do? Okay. Are you Scarf? If that's what this set is. What a weird game my opponent is playing here. I was really unaware on a Mono Ground team. This is pretty high ladder. I don't understand. I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I'm very confused by my opponent's play. Maybe this thing, if they swap out straight away, they might be Scarf. And just playing a deeper game than I thought. I guess. It's very weird. It's very weird. Okay, maybe they are. All Earthquake here. Let's go Garchomp, actually. Get Stealth Rocks up to pressure the Rotom. Of all the moves you could click there, that's such a weird one. Don't burn me, please. You're just gonna do that again. What's in Coco? I mean, I'm sorry, it's probably a boring game where I'm just going back to Clodsire over and over, but like, I'm sure you guys agree. This is just really odd. Again, Treads is scary for the sake of Raichu Alola, for sure. You just U-turned on me last time. If you U-turn on me again, I'm going to be so befuddled. Nature's Madness, fair enough. I'm a little bit scared of Electrode Hisui, so I'm going to recover. U-turn doing 12%, huh? Damn. And also Nature's I think they got in the kill with the Garchomp. So I guess they don't have a fairy move, so in the future, man, Garchomp's looking really good in this game, if that's the case. Still full health, which is nice. Neutral to grass. Our opponent leaves. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. If they're watching this, I'm sorry, but this is just... I've been like, huh? For about 15 of these 18 turns. Like, does Zapdos not have a roost? You're even gonna try to keep one of your only 2 ground answers on a mono electric team? You're not even gonna try? You're not gonna click Hurricane? You must have Hurricane. But you Heat Wave 5 times instead? It's so odd. It's so weird and so odd. Landorus looks really good once things get going too. I'm guessing this Coco's boots, given what we've seen so far. Our opponent just leaves. They're out of time. I mean, maybe they just feel like, oh, Clodsire walls me, screw this. But, which is like, you know, I'm criticizing their play here. Even if they played immaculately, I don't know if there's any easy answer for this. So, whatever. That's an interesting first game as far as those go. We're already pretty late in the recording, which is sad. I want to get a, you know, I say this all the time on these monotype lives. I prefer a neutral matchup in the game because losing matchups are awesome when you win them, like from my side, but they're often very, very difficult to play. And like, let's be honest, are most of the time a loss. Winning matchups feel kind of cheap as a result. And I'm complaining about the nature of monotype. I'm not trying to say that, but I'd like to get in, is my point, at least one good game of like a neutral matchup, like against normal, against flying isn't really a neutral matchup. Against, why am I struggling to think of a good example? Water's not, fire's not, grass is not, steel is not, rock is not. Ground really interacts with every typing, doesn't it? Ice is not. Fighting would be a good one. Kind of funny. Fairy would be a good one. It really does interact with a lot of types here. Psychic is one here, so that's nice. It's funny, you see Gallade, and your first thought is Mega Gallade, but which it probably is based on this team. Anyways, Deoxys defense is interesting too. They seem to want to control Hazard, the Executor, and the Reuniclus. My God, what are they cooking?
It makes no damn sense. Compels me though.
I'm afraid of a Lele lead, honestly. So go Mamoswine, I think. Mamoswine's good against everybody as a lead, except for Gallade. That's about it. The Executor, who I was thinking was also a possibility there. The Crash. Are you a Trick Room offense? Executor's certainly a pick. What are they cooking? The Deoxys defense is a great tank, but this is one of the best wall breakers in the history of Pokemon. So, are you max speed though? You could maybe get off a rock if that's the case. Or not. God, Mamoswine's so great. This is why I want to put it on the team. It just offensively, it just like what needs to be said. Like, goddamn. But also again, defensively, it adds a lot to the team. Even uninvested, just having an ice answer is really good. If we didn't have an assault vest on our iron treads already, I'd be tempted to throw it on Mamoswine because I think it's a great abuser of it too, and it has similar levels of offense. It just does feel a little bit redundant, and I think it sets our power over the edge one extra amount here as a wall breaker. They're thinking about, I feel like it's just got to be Gallade. And if it's Gallade, I go Landorus and I U-turn, and they maybe go to Lele on that. They really don't like Landorus. Excuse me. Pelican Man 69. Sick name, honestly. If your game plan is to counter or to hit a Focus Blast on me, go off. Oh, Thick Bat. That's pretty cool. I love Trace interactions, honestly. That's pretty cool. This Psyshock there, definite threat of a Pokemon. If they were Focus Blasting, Iron Treads would be a scary proposition, but we handle everything this way. Rapid Spin does not kill, but it gets us faster, so I'll actually Rapid Spin here. Knockoff was maybe the play, but also be I'm a little bit scared of Reuniclus. I'll still do it. I'm afraid of weakness policy, but doesn't it knock off weakness policy? I don't know the interaction. Woo! We live it. Nice. I'll go for the Iron Head because I don't think you can kill otherwise. Go for the flinch. Zam does get scary from now on. Honestly, we might be getting into a sack war against Sam, where I just have to. Oh, you got recover? You do not. I just have to get in the sack war where I go to land or in a U-turn every time. That might be what happens. But we're up a Pokemon, maybe 2 in a sack war right now. Are you Regenerator Assault Vest? Probably. So you're swapping out to Lele. Interesting. Lele's also really scary. Also really freaking scary. And we don't know what they are because of their specs. Garchomp is bad. Garchomp just kill straight up right now. It can. I mean, like, look, it's 50-50. There's no two ways about it. If their specs going to Garchomp straight up and Earthquaking is the play. If there's Scarf, then I could probably get a kill with Clodsire if there's Scarf. I could even go, if there's Scarf, I could Mega with Garchomp. Hold on, actually, I should know this. DT, Garchomp, Mega, DT, Tapu, Lele. That's what I thought, yeah. So if I want the extra bulk, I can go to Guard, I can Mega. There's definitely two ways about it. I think it's to play regardless. Looking at the team, I think you're probably Scarf. Let me just double check the calc here. Moonblast still can kill. I mean, hell, I could even do if there's Scarf, I could just double to Clodsire right now. Let's do it. Let's do that play. It's a little bit safer as far as mid-grounds go. If you Psychic here, you're a god. Congratulations. You are a god. If you're Specs Psychic, I mean, yeah, like you deserve the win. That'd be an insane read in the situation if they went for Specs Psychic here. If I'm Specs, I'm swapping out. Maybe not, because they don't really have a good answer. So maybe that's the case. If they're Specs Psychic, I play myself. But I'm thinking a long time out. Maybe they are. So I think they would probably just Moonblast in the situation. Please don't Psychic. They would never. Not in a million years. They would never, ever, ever. Please don't. Please don't Psychic. I beg you. Also, we're noting they're taking about a full minute and a half per turn here. HP Ice. They may ground it. Looking for Toxic Spikes. There's no way you're not. You could be Twisted Spoon, but again, I'm just wanting to take that bet personally. And as my play here, I thought we would see Gallade much sooner. I would love to get Mamoswine going, but it's definitely outsped in all of this. Woo! Sharpness be hitting. We got an EQ here. Damn, that's strong. It's gotta be banded. So we'll go to you. Don't think I'm Mega, actually. I don't think I do. I would like to get Brox, but I can't take another 50% from you here. Sack Reuniclus. Lele makes an appearance. Lele, now this next turn is going to be tough because I've already established that I'm willing to go to Clodsire. But I can actually calc what its set was before. I should have done that earlier. So 24%. In power. It did. I might as well do this while they're taking forever on their turns. Yeah, there it is. We get some damage at least on the scary, scary Mon. 24%, which is in line with that. It would have to be Scarf. But I was saying part of the reason why I can Mega here is knowing that Matters dead. I need that speed control. Sorry. If they Scarf and Moonblast, I probably live with Mega Garchomp. But if they're HP Ice, I don't. So they can either Psychic and die to Garchomp, or they can HP Ice or Moonblast and lose to Clodsire. It is a 50-50 here. Who's more essential? At this point, Clodsire is not doing anything except for answering this Tapu Lele. And if you lock into Psychic, then I'll go back to Garchomp and be able to get one kill. I think that's my play. They get it. They get it. Good on them. Probably overthought it a little, but that's tough. Definitely disadvantaged in the game going forward now. I think I really got to get a win with Garchomp in order to get going here. We want a skill shot without Mega Evolving. And that's actually the thing. If I know they're going to swap, Scale Shot is a game-winning play. But if I'm them, I'm just taking the damage. I was right, yeah. Think it's too little too late. We'll see. Because, I mean, look, actually, once the second terrain ends, it starts looking extremely good. It's looking extremely good. Dead, dead. Although thick fat. Oh, no. Hold on a second. That's actually such... I hate that that's super relevant. No, let me calc that. You should have... Actually, Psyshock will kill here. That's what you're definitely clicking. Well, the good news is they lead Alakazam here. And that means I can probably... So the poison damage they'll take means that the thick fat ice shard interaction I was just stressing about doesn't matter anymore. They'll be low enough that it won't matter. The question is, can Mamoswine 3-0 these bonds? Let's say no terrain. Ice shard is 88 to an Executor with no HP investment. Damn, I don't think I can do it alone. But it's my only win con. This guy outspeeds and kills everyone else. So let's go for it. I think I have to hold the loss though. This turn. Just gotta hope he can do it. If they go to Executor right now, it's the only way I win. Yeah. Or we get a crit on Executor. Or, I don't know, maybe Executor can't kill. I imagine his Leaf Storm, which should kill. Or even Leech Seed Protect, I think would maybe do it for them. Let's see. Moment of truth. Not quite. Very close game. Citrus Berry. Yeah, that's too bad. That was a close one. That was a very good game. Geez, we're 32 minutes in and we played 2 games. What is going on? All the games are so slow. To be fair, all my opponents are playing super slow. I apologize for that. We get ground. Here's the last one. Let's try to end 2-1. With the last team that we played, the Gravity team, this was an advantage matchup. That is no longer the case. We're a little bit more disadvantaged. So I am going to go with... I'm going to see you as lead, honestly. In which case... love Mamoswine. I'm just going with my heart. Mamoswine's, of course, good versus a lot of these Pokemons as lead, but... okay, that works too. I'll just crash. Into a KO with... wow, you are max Fizdef. That's crazy. Nidoking. Nidoking is also very good in this matchup. Good versus Skarmory too, though. Iron Defense does not matter to me. Flamethrower or Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt's answered by Landorus. Flamethrower is answered by Charizard. I think I'll Flamethrower. You get the Togekiss, so I should have Thunderbolted. You can't kill me. This is an interesting choice. Yeah, okay, you're also not even very fast. Okay. Inviting Landorus, I'd probably go to my own on. Could also go Charizard depending on the set. I would not risk it because I think it's Charizard X. You need Enamorous here. Unless you're Specs, you can't kill me. This is a really important mon, so I feel like I can't afford to be wrong. You can't Oko Mamoswine, and you're not going to superpower Moonblast in the situation. And Mamoswine can Oko in return. So I'll just go Mamoswine as a mid-ground. It's a very important Pokemon, so don't love it taking damage here. Scarf is then Headbutt. Okay. We'll crash here. You're not Scarf? Oh, it's annoying. That's so annoying. Zen Headbutt superpower is so bad against us. I can't Landorus. I almost did that right there out of reflex. Should be able to kill my Garchomp. Actually, well, my Garchomp. Zen Headbutt should be able to kill you. Did I just lose? Am I not Ice Sharding there? I think not Ice Sharding there was the throw of the game. Let me just calc briefly. Zen Headbutt won't kill Clodsire, but it won't do enough back. Garchomp's walled. Nidoking dies to Zen Headbutt now. Landorus is walled / gives him more power. Power won't kill Iron Shreds, but just give them opportunity to set up more. Yeah, I won't die, but it's really bad. And they win the speed tie. Great. Please give me the speed tie. Please. No. Amazing. I'm so salty right now. What a dumb thing I just lost to. Let's play for the Hidden Power Ice Crit. Nope. I'm so deflated right now. I'm so deflated. I can't play another game. I can't redeem myself. I'm 1-2 on the live. That sucks. Leave a comment that says that sucks if you agree with me. Oh my god. I just assumed they would have a normal set and I lost 6-0 because of it. I wish I could have more energy for this outro. I'm fully deflated. I'm I have nothing. I'm speechless. That's a hard note to end the live on. Thank you guys for watching regardless. Sad boy hours here. I'm gonna go listen to Joji in a dark room for a while. See you next time.